Why, hello everyone. My name is Ashwin and I have the pleasure of reading donations for you for the next 2 runs. I wanted to welcome you all back to ESA Summer 2021, where we are raising money for Save the Children. Links to donate can be found below the stream or by typing !donate in chat. We'd also like to thank Twitch and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. And now I have an incredible run for you. Bloodborne All Bosses performed by Yarthow with CB Raffle on comms. Take it away, and good luck, and let me know when you need that file name.
Okay, well, good evening, everyone, or at least the Europeans. There we go. What we're going to do is we're going to start a new file.
And
yes.
You're going to need a name, right?
Yes.
So actually, Van Helsing won.
Oh, it did? Here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Is it any capitals?
Van, the V in Van is capitalized, and the H in Helsing is capitalized.
Okay, there we go. Karibo did not make it. Feels bad. But here we go. Van Helsing. Hopefully he'll have a good run. I'm going to make him look kind of weird, because that's what I like to do with my characters. We're going to pick military veteran here, because it's just the best class stat-wise. And I guess I will start the run in like 5 seconds. So 5, 4... 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about what we're doing here. This here is the Bloodborne Unrestricted category. It's the first time it's being ran at an event, and there's a good reason for it, because it is not the most popular all bosses category, and the reason is because it relies on a complete RNG skip right here at the start of the game, which you guys will get to experience in like 10 seconds. It's going to be great, believe me. So,
just to explain real bit, we're doing all bosses with every DLC fight. So this is completely every boss, every DLC, except for the challenge dungeons.
Yes, no chalices. People ask a lot. So here we go. This is my friend Mr. Wolf, and we're going to need Mr. Wolf to do something for me. So hopefully he chases me up here, which he is doing. That's already a good start. I'm going to give him a little smack here, just to aggro him. We're opening this gate, and what we want to do there, there we go. Here's doing the usual stuff. What we want to do there is we want to make him grab us through the gate on the other side. So I gotta aggro him, and then I gotta try and bait him out here. Hopefully we get a little bit lucky. This can take a while, sadly enough. This is a speedrun. I know it's supposed to be. If he waits a little bit longer, I'm gonna try and bait him out. Usually when he yells, he will run at you. So we'll see. Nope, that's the wrong grab. So there's a close grab and a faraway grab. I need the long one, so we're going to bait him out here. He needs to be far enough. So let me stand here again. There we go. Okay, we got actually kind of lucky. So
that's pretty good.
I'm going to stand here. I'm going to mash my buttons to try and escape from the grab as fast as possible. Otherwise, the skip doesn't help. And here we go. We are on the other side of this gate, which you are definitely not supposed to be yet. At this point in time. You know what? I don't like this. Usually I quit out here. I wanted to save some RTA. I don't like what he's doing right now, but it's fine. We're going to squeeze past him. Grab some blood files. These are the healing items in the game. And we're going to go grab our weapons. We got to be careful of this guy. He can still kind of mess you up. There we go. Climb on the ladder. Should be fine. A bit on the close end, but we're good. Okay, we're past the RNG skip. Wasn't too bad. I can tell you, I've done practice runs where I didn't reset it at all this week, and sometimes it takes up to like 2 to 3 minutes. It's really, really bad. So I'll definitely take this one. Okay, so we're gonna go to the hub world of this game. It's the Hunter's Dream, and we can't level up here yet, because you need to get one inside before you can get the level ups ready. However, we're gonna pick our weapons of choice, which is the Saw Cleaver and the Hunter Pistol. The Saw Cleaver is the absolute best weapon, one of the best weapons in the game, especially since it's one of the starting weapons. And the reason why it's so good is, I guess I'll explain later. It's an item we're going to pick up is the Beast Blood Pellet. You know what, CB? What does the Beast Blood Pellet do?
The Beast Blood Pellet, right? Yeah, Beast Blood Pellet is a consumable that you can take every time. Whenever you want to, and it starts building up a beast meter whenever you hit an enemy, for example. And the buildup of that beast meter has something to do with, for example, the weapons or the item of clothing that you wear. And the so-called Beasthood then increases the damage you deal to your opponents, but also increases the damage you take.
Yep. And the reason why the Saw Cleaver is so good is somehow you manage to build more beast meter doing transform attacks. So this game, you can see me here, I'm tricking my weapon. Each weapon basically has 2 stances that have very different movesets, and you can also fluently swap in between each stance. But you know, by doing transform attacks. But these transform attacks, they build up beast meter a lot faster. However, the Saw Cleaver, the weapon we picked here, actually has one of the fastest transform attacks in the game. So it's just very good for that. Also, it's a serrated weapon. So weapons have like little classes, basically. The serrated weapons are very good against beast, which tend to be the most amount of like type of enemies you're going to encounter in this game. Here I did a little animation cancel. So if you interact with an item while midair, you can actually cancel a pickup animation of it. So I'm going to heal here. I kind of manage my health a little weird here, so I'm going to heal twice. Hopefully these guys don't mess with me. Very lucky. It can happen. But yeah, here we are in the Forbidden Woods, an area where you're absolutely not supposed to be at this point in the game. So this wolf skip we did at the beginning, it's like a big sequence break. This guy can be troublesome. I'm going to try and bait him out real quick so that he's far away from here, because we're going to pick up more beast blood pellets. Again, this is the most essential item in this run.
Yeah.
Very, very good. It's gonna basically make us destroy the bosses all in under a minute, because the beast blood pellet, it lasts exactly 1 minute. So here we go. I'm doing all my menuing while on the run, because you actually you don't pause. Well, the game doesn't pause when you go into your menu, so you want to try and optimize your menuing as much as possible. So whenever you're like running straight lines, basically, you can do your menuing. It's a good time for it. Here we go. We're going to pick up some upgrade materials for our weapons that we're going to use later on. You basically need... there's 3 tiers of upgrade materials, and you need 16 of each tier to get your weapon to +9. And then there's one final item you need to get like the final level going. But that's all we're doing here. We're going to avoid these snakes because they're, again, we're very under-leveled. They're very dangerous, and I did get a sword roll there. That's kind of scary. We're going to grab these. Hopefully we don't get spit on. There we go. And then what now is coming up is, for those of you who have played the game, the next fight that's coming up is called Shadows of Yharnam.
Yeah.
However, we're not going to fight them. Well, we are, but they're not going to fight back. And I will show you exactly how we do it in a second. So I'm going to perform a little skip here that's going to get me out of bounds.
So there would be no way of fighting the shadows right now with like a +0 weapon, no level up as well.
I failed it once. I'm going to have to quit out real quick. Yeah, that was a weird one. It pushed me back. It's a bit on the edge, but we quit out real quick. No issue. The runs that we actually do are they're measured in in-game time, not real time. So this wouldn't be a massive time loss in an actual run. But because of how long these loading screens are, you are going to feel it at like a real-time run like we're doing now. Oh, God. Okay, we're going to try that one more time, hopefully. Stage fright, they call it, right?
It is a pretty rough skip, because you're jumping pretty much on an invisible ledge there that you don't know where it exactly ends. So you kind of have to like get a feeling for that skip and kind of jump it. So failing this is, even in like really good runs, completely normal. Actually, it's not an easy jump.
Oh, God. Well, this is a good start. Okay, let me try and get my camera right. This is one of the skips that I like getting it first try. I find it much easier to get it first try than after quitting out and going for it again. So hopefully we can get it here. There we go. Okay, finally. There we go. We're going to squeeze in here, clip out of bounds, and we're going to jump in this arena and activate the boss fight. So whenever the health bar pops up, we activate a boss fight. However, what happens in From Software games usually is when you activate a boss fight, and let's say you die and you go back to the boss fight, it activates a fog wall, which you always have to go through. But whenever a boss fight is activated like this, and you manage to find a way to like skip into the boss fight without going through the fog wall, the boss's AI will be disabled.
Exactly.
So as you can see here are the shadows, and they really do not care about me being here at all. So yeah, we're gonna start killing them.
Yeah. So the way this works is that the AI trigger around the shadows is a cone shaped at the beginning when you enter the boss fight, because it doesn't have a fog wall. But as soon as you enter the boss fight and quit out or die, the AI trigger gets moved to the fog gate. So because we are jumping in from out of bounds and then quit and reload, we're getting back out of bounds again and can jump into the boss fight without hitting that target on the fog wall. And that's why the AI is not working.
Yep. So basically, we're just wailing on them again. We're fighting them with a non-leveled up character with a non-leveled up weapon. These are fights you're supposed to do much later. That's why it takes a while here. But again, they don't fight back, so it's not much of a problem. What you saw me do there is basically I build up as much meter as possible by doing transform attacks, and after that, I swap to just doing normal hits. Because they're faster, and you will end up just doing more damage over time. Here I do a little quit out. It's a little cheeky quit out because the little fly guy we encountered on our way here actually has he hits hard and he can kill you. And if I die here, I have to go all the way back to the start. So we're gonna avoid that by quitting out real quick. In the actual run, you do a lot of that. I'm gonna try and avoid doing as much of these like cheeky quit outs as much as possible because they do lose a lot of real time. And there we go. So that was Shadows of Yharnam. Very impressive fight. Thank you very much. Here I'm going to do something to the dismay of many Bloodborne viewers, but it needs to happen, sadly enough. We need to kill the doll. Every time we want to level up, we're going to go kill the doll. There's two reasons why we kill her. First of all, you skip her dialogue, which usually takes up a lot of time. But second of all, so those of you who have played the game, the doll actually moves around this hub world a lot, and whenever you like kill her, just always spawn at this one spot where we just kill her. So we just want to be sure that she's always there, and also we can skip the dialogue, so it's a win-win really. Except we have to kill her, sadly enough. She's always been so nice to us in the playthrough. Okay. Now, I've already made enough of a fool of myself with one skip, so let's hope this one goes well. I'm gonna pick up some Molotov cocktails. We're gonna need these mostly to kill these little enemies. There's like little creatures in the game that are very resistant to physical damage. They don't fight back, but they do take a lot of like fire damage from the Molotov cocktails, and they drop very good upgrade materials for your weapons, basically. So. That's why we grab these Molotovs. That's the only reason why we're going to use them. And dodge this bullet here. And coming up is one of the notorious hard skips for new runners, and actually just runners in general. It's sewer skip. So you can explain this one real quick. I'm going to try.
Sure. Sewer skip has been around for a while. As the name suggests, you skip the whole area of the sewers that is below us right now. And you pretty much jump onto a little pillar, which Yarthow executed perfectly, if I may say so. Yeah. And quit out right after, or do a plunge attack on it. That can also work if your timing is good. And now when we spawn back on the fence and can walk over the fence and jump down right close to the next boss fight, which will be Gascoigne, right after doing a couple of pickups.
So I'm going to spawn here on this fence. We're going to stand forward a little bit, and we're going to walk down this fence. We're going to roll at the end here, because this dog can attack you and push you off. You don't want that to happen. And here, and here we're going to do something called a ladder warp. So there you go. That was successful. What you do basically with ladder warps is, it's one of my favorite techs in Bloodborne. It's fun to play around with. Yeah. What you do with them is you perform an animation cancel on a ladder. You can do it in many different ways. I swapped my gun because to me it's the most consistent way of doing it. And you somehow manage to trick the game into thinking that you're still on that ladder. So the game thinks that we're still on that ladder, and whenever you're on a ladder and you quit out, it puts you back at like where you entered the ladder, where you like climb onto the ladder from. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna open this gate, because we are coming back here later to kill Cleric Beast once we're like way stronger, and then we're gonna quit out. There we go. So now whenever I load in, it's going to put me back at the top of that ladder, and you basically don't have to do any runbacks. It's really nifty trick. It's used in a lot of categories. We're only going to use it once today, sadly enough. But yeah, in like all achievement speedruns, you do like 50 of these. It's great. Yeah.
So in short, he's cheating pretty much. If you want to look at it that way.
We are speedrunners, aren't we? So here, coming up is Father Gascoigne, the notorious run killer of the other all bosses category. However, we have 25 strength at this point in time, which we're not supposed to have. We have beast blood pellets, which we're also not supposed to have. He's kind of a pushover. He can still mess you up a little bit. But if I pay enough attention, which I hope I'm not jinxing myself here, but if I pay enough attention, we should be fine. Also, here I trick into the arena. Can you explain why I do that, CB?
So yeah, Bloodborne sprinting relies on momentum. So whenever you trigger a cutscene or something, you lose that momentum fully, and you have to build up your sprint fully again. So if you trigger an animation while you go exactly into a cutscene, like Yarthow did there, the game is more focused on dealing with that trigger, and you still have your momentum into the fight, so you don't have to like sprint again.
There we go. That's Father Gascoigne.
Nice.
Did a lot of damage there at the end. I did what is called a counter hit, and the way counter hits work is whenever an enemy is attacking or they're in motion, like the jump there, they will take more damage basically. Also, I'm going to do some more material pickups here. So if you have like a donation or anything, now's a good time.
Okay, can I read a few?
Yeah,
All
sure.
right, let's go. We have $20 from Tripwires that says, "Good morning from Estonia. Good luck on your run, and may you encounter a good wolfie." We also have $10 from Menos that says, "Quote me, wolf will grab Yarthow first try. Good luck on the run, friend. Peepo happy." And $25 from a username Neil saying, "Kuribo lets you discard Kuribo to negate battle damage. Let's see Van Helsing do that." And let me read one more. $10 from DM1155 that says, "Make us proud, Yart." Thank you everyone for the incredible donations. This is going to a fantastic cause, save the children, and let me throw it back to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so we do some more material pickups here. I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna jump here and quit out at the end of my jump. The reason why I do that is because that giant that you saw next to me aggroed onto me. He will instantly kill you. You don't want to try and pick up these items while he's playing around. So we're gonna do one pickup here, and then we're gonna kill one of those little creatures that I was talking about earlier that have materials. And then we're gonna warp out of this place. And then it's coming up is one of the notorious hard fights of this category. It is Rom the Vacuous Spider, which a lot of you guys probably play this game casually or like think, Rom, really? Is that going to be the hard fight you're talking about? Yes, it is. It's a real difficult fight in this category because you're kind of just tight on time. In the other category, you definitely have a lot more stats. You got Bolt Paper, which also gives you more damage. Here it's all about building up enough beast meter and then trying to kill her before the little spiders around her start killing you. Yeah. So hopefully that goes well.
This is exactly the thing with the beast blood pellet again, because even though the beast blood pellet helps you, it's also an item that is limited in terms of time. So you want to kill Rom before the pellet expires, and also while building up enough beast meter, so you have to take some risks throughout the fight to build that beast meter. So it is pretty tight compared to the other category, which is no clip, which doesn't allow the wolf skip, where you are a little bit more leveled at this point.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I just leveled up my weapon to +5. I basically had enough materials for that. It's going to give us a huge damage boost at this point. And hopefully it's going to be enough to get us to get a good Rom fight. I will leave all the talking about this fight to CB Raffle because I gotta really concentrate on this one. It's a hard one.
It is. It is probably one of the most, the one for me personally as well. The harder fights of the route for sure. Absolutely.
So, well, that's unfortunate. So here we're doing a little skip. Should have done that first try, but I messed up. We're gonna use this enemy's tail as a how do you say it? We're going to use it to like give us kind of a jump boost that brings us all the way over that fence. And the way you enter the Rom arena is usually you go into the building and then you find a key to the balcony, and you open the balcony, and then from the balcony you like jump into that arena. It's actually a really weird like entrance to an arena. We can just skip all that by running up here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, it's one of those days for skips, I guess. There we go.
So as soon as you touch the water, you're in the arena. It doesn't matter where you touch the water, so that's why that works. You can even go like out of bounds and drop into the arena. There's another skip that works. So yeah, for Rom, you want to use a beast blood pellet, but not right from the get-go. So you want to first kill a couple spiders to get some clearance. And then you want to use a beast blood pellet and then try to deal as much damage to the spiders as possible to also build up your beast meter. Oh, yeah. That's a puking attack. So these spiders are actually like really obnoxious. They can, if they're positioned right, they can stun lock you to death without any problem. Yeah, Yarthow also getting really unlucky attacks there. So yeah, he's also using like some transformation attacks to build up the beast meter even more. And then you want to use a combo on Rom. So Rom tries to get out of there to teleport somewhere else, but you can cancel that once by using a charged R2 or on backpedals actually. That's good. There's a chance for one cycle maybe. So yeah, when you do the charge R2, Rom stays there for a little bit longer, then teleports again. And then you can find the third phase of Rom because we dealt enough damage. When you go 90 degrees to the left of the moonlight, it sounds ridiculous at the beginning, but if you look at it in detail, it actually makes sense. Okay. And that's the spawn where Rom is, and then it's easy going. And
okay,
that was, yeah, good recovery. GG.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
We got a little unlucky on the spiders there. Maybe some bad positioning on my end. Here we do a little warp. Basically, if you run to the middle of the arena before there, so what happens usually is an NPC spawns in this place after you kill the boss. However, if you run to the middle of the arena, basically where you are supposed to enter, you can actually just skip. Usually, you're supposed to like run to her, and she's kind of far. But if you run to like a specific location in the arena, you can just skip the whole run back, and it instantly starts the cutscene. That's what we did there. Gonna go past this guy. And now, now is the true terror of this run.
Yeah.
That is the single worst boss in this category because it's completely RNG. Not in this category, in Bloodborne. Let's be honest. In Bloodborne speedrunning.
The whole area pretty much is yikes.
Okay, so I'm doing a first try Yahar Ghoul skip here.
Nice.
Yeah. There's a easy backups strat for that, but we got a first try. We're going to have to do one later as well. Yeah. Grabbing, again, lots of upgrade materials, some bolt paper, which is another damage buff that we can apply. And yeah, I'm doing all my menuing while I'm walking, as you saw earlier, doing it again here. I put all the items in positions that just I'm familiar with, and that is just the most comfortable to work with. Okay, so here we pick up some insight. Madman's knowledge, I mean, you can convert those to insight. And what we do with insight is basically we only use it to either buy beast blood pellets at the end of the run, or we're going to buy upgrade materials with them. Yeah.
Exactly. Way early in Bloodborne, in the earlier runs, we were picking up a blood rock on our way to Mikolash, but that was like super long time ago. And then when this got discovered that we can buy them with 60 insight, people were starting to route how to get to 60 insight, and that's why in the beginning this route actually was called 60 insight route.
God, that guy was aggroed.
Yeah, he was on the mission there.
Yeah. So here I'm doing a very specific lines to avoid these blood splatters because they do a lot of damage. And here I go. Pray for me. Let's go. This is usually where my chat spams the fire speed emote.
Yeah, One Reborn has a very interesting design. There are people on the rooftops all across the arena that can shoot fireballs at you, as we just saw there. And Rom itself, one itself, can also, we always call it puke on you because it kind of looks like it. So if you're very unlucky, yeah, if you're very unlucky, you get like stunned.
Okay, well there we go.
And that happens. That is exactly what this is like. This is why the boss is like so weird, because in an instant you can die there so easily.
Yeah. And having to second try this fight is horrible. So hopefully I'm gonna get it here. I was unlucky. It's just really how this fight works.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I'll just have to try and play it a little safe.
Yeah, we have multiple tournaments where we run against each other and like other events and whatnot, and like it's always one reborn. It is always one reborn. It is.
Yeah.
It is the run killer for every event. So the backup is why Yarthow is saying that the backup is a little bit harder, or the second fight is a little bit harder, is because one reborn instantly is aggroed towards you. So the beginning of the fight, and when you fight it for the first time, is that one reborn charges up and shoots something at you, which you can outrun pretty easily and then start attacking, which is now not working anymore because you go through the fog gate and one reborn instantly shoots that at you, so you don't have the rally time again. You have to find another way to get towards that first stagger. As soon as you get the first stagger, it's completely fine again, and it is as the first fight is, but you have to get there first. And also you have to buff while these guys behind you, the Nido coffins, are shooting at you. So we're getting the full experience here of a true One Reborn masterclass.
Yep, here we go. Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that is unlucky. See what happens.
I'm gonna die again. Oh no!
That's unfortunate.
So I have actually, man, I've got no files.
Yeah.
Well, this is unfortunate. I think I'm gonna have to resort to a backup save file here because
you didn't pick up the echoes as well, so at this point you actually
well,
have
the echoes is fine. I can recover from that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry about that. Just got a little unlucky on that first fight. Really hard to recover from that second fight. But we're gonna go right ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to Van Helsing. He did not make it. It's the nature of these games, really. They're very reset heavy speedruns. And obviously I just want to show you guys whatever needs to be done. So here I have one. This is my One Reborn backup save file.
It's a mixture out of like what the game does to you in general, like how unforgiving the game is, and also the risk of this route. As you are, like I said before, in this category, you're not as leveled as at this moment right now as you would be later on. So these fights, like Rom, One Reborn, these two fights in particular, are super shaky in this category, and they can go really badly really quick. So that's why like a save file here is something that is just normal at this point, I guess. Let's see how this fight goes. First stagger is there, second stagger comes through. Yeah, nice.
Should be fine here. It sucks. I really did not want to have to resort to one of my backup save files, but you know what? Run needs to be finished, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. At least we can continue. We can show the run a little bit further.
Yep.
It's all okay.
So here we go. We're getting our Molotov cocktails ready because we're gonna have to kill one of these like little guys again, and we're gonna touch what is probably the actual body of Mikolash to go to the lecture hall. Gonna grab the lantern here real quick here. We're coming back here later to go kill Amygdala. However, that's for much later. Still 2 more bosses before we do that. If you've got some donations, now is the time.
I do. I have a bit of love for this run. All right. We have $5 from Anonymous with no comment. Thank you. We have $25 from Church Grim that says, Bloodborne is one of my favorites, and I'm so glad to see this in the lineup. And props to Yarthow for the run and the commentary. We also have $25 from Mestio saying, I always knew Yarthow was destined to save the children. My hero. Thank you so much for those donations, and keep them coming. Keep the love coming for Yarthow and this incredible run, and also save the children. You're all doing a lot of good.
Yep, there we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So yeah, here we do a little quit out because we don't want that guy behind us like following us, because we need to hit this guy with like 3 Molotovs. Because again, we're kind of under leveled here, so we're gonna do that real quick. Logging back in. Then we're going to go level up our stats. Now we're going to go 21 strength and 25 skill. The reason why we put points in skill now is because the way that stats work in this game, they have soft caps and hard caps. Soft caps for most stats are 25 and hard caps for most of them are 50. This weapon scales both with strength and with skill, but a little bit more with strength, but it's still worth going for the soft cap on skill because it will scale better than like whatever's past 25 strength.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna kill the doll again. Look away. Grabbing the Eye of a Blood-Drunk Hunter here, which is the item you need to access the DLC in this run. Yeah, so we do that while the doll is falling. Optimal timing. We're buying 8 Twin Bloodstone Shards with our Insight. And then we can level all the way up to +8, and we're gonna equip a Blood Gem. I didn't explain what we did earlier when we picked up that Blood Gem, but basically this is a passive that you equip to your weapons, and this gives a flat like 18% increase in damage. We're gonna pick up another one of these and a 12% one. So in total, these Blood Gems will give us like 48% increase in physical damage, which is really, really good. I'm gonna grab these Blood Vials here just to be sure. It's a bit of a scary one to do, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm still doing it. These guys are kind of passive. We just got to be careful for this guy. Hopefully he doesn't jump at us. Nope, we're good. We're getting past him. And we're making our way up to Mikolash. Here, I guess I can explain a little bit how how the door quitouts and chest animation quitouts work, because it's a notorious place to invalidate your runs. Yep. What happens here is sometimes the guy with the torch that we've passed earlier, he will chase us here, and usually he will kill you right after you open the door. There's a rule in Bloodborne. We established this rule at the beginning. I mean, I say we, I'm actually a fairly new runner, but they established the rule at the beginning, that you're not allowed to quit out on doors, because this run goes off. In-game time, you can actually save a lot of time by quitting out on doors, but the loading screens were so unbearably long at the start that they all decided that there would be one rule, and this category is called Unrestricted. The only restriction is you can't quit out, you can't like cancel animations your character performs when interacting with levers, doors, or chests, because they will save you time. But however, you'd have to go through a loading screen every time you open a door, you like open a chest. It's just not worth it, really.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can proudly say back in my day, every Bloodborne run was completely without any quit out, because the rule was earlier that we were not allowed any quit outs because of those loading times from the PS4, and also with like no one had like an SSD in the PS4, so the loads were extreme to that point. And then we found out with like SSDs and everything that loading times would be a little bit like faster, and then the whole second version of the sewer skip got found that Yarthow showed earlier, and that kind of triggered the discussion of maybe introducing quitouts back again to make sewer skip viable again, and also having like some sort of like mechanics to reset enemy positions. And then we came to the agreement that Yarthow just explained, to have like any animation that is cancelled with an X to exclude from that rule, and other than that you can quit out as much as you want.
Yep. So here we're fighting Mikolash, host of the Nightmare, and the way that we're gonna kill this guy is we're basically gonna try and bait him outside of his actual boss arena.
Insane
RNG. I got the Swedish. And the way that we do it is we're gonna trap him in this little room where we can just kind of bully him up against the wall, stun lock him constantly. It's hard for him to fight back, and we're gonna do that because he actually has 2 phases that happen in 2 arenas, because he'll start running around again now after we go through half his phase, and we will try and do that on the second one as well. However, that one was pretty easy. There's 2 ways of going about it. You either have what we call Swedish RNG, which is named after I think it's named after Elias, right?
Ella and Mr. Takahashi, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's the good RNG that you want to get, and then there's one that goes around. How Mikolash works is he runs away from you constantly. However, when he's going... Oh, calm down there. Oh, that guy hits hard. So basically how it works is whenever Mikolash is running away towards his boss arena, it requires 3 hits to get him to aggro onto you. You can do that by shooting him, by hitting him. Oh, whoa. Oh, wow, that was weird. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Just kind of pushed me off. It's fine. Backup strat.
Yeah, whenever you hit Mikolash 3 times, he aggroes towards you.
Yeah, so that's what I did there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's alive. Are you serious? Okay, that's Mikolash. We trap him there.
That was a good fight, though, overall.
Yeah, I mean, missed that plunge. It just kind of like pushed me off. Quite peculiar.
That can happen.
Try and go like a little bit too fast. I'm gonna trick here to make sure we don't lose momentum after cutscene. Grab some more upgrade materials. Here's a bloodstone chunk. And then we're making our way to Murgo's Loft, where another fun place with fun enemies. For those of you who have played the game, you probably remember one of the most memorable type of enemies, for me at least, were the Winter Lanterns. They're like these dolls that have like eyes, like brains and eyes on top of them, like this big massive brain and eye. And they sing this creepy melody. We need to run past 3 of them to pick up another 18% damage gem. And yeah, they don't have fixed pathing here. So you gotta get kind of lucky on their pathing. Sometimes they can block you, sometimes they can mess you up, and you really do not want to get grabbed by one. So here we got lucky. This is good RNG. Gonna run past here, gonna grab this one.
Oh, that's good RNG. Good old frenzy mechanic, though, draining a lot of HP there.
It's fine. And there we go.
Fine, yeah.
I'm glad we're past these guys. One Reborn was enough bad RNG I needed for this run. So we're past these guys now. And we're just going to make our way through Murgo's Loft to the next fight, which is Wet Nurse. Murgo's Wet Nurse. Which is, honestly, a pretty easy fight. You just kind of got to be careful. It's a very, I would say very consistent. There's only one thing that she can do. Sometimes she will do some awkward animation cancels, or she will use attacks that will somehow hit her 180 degrees behind her that she's not supposed to use when standing behind her. We're basically going to be hugging her back and hitting her there. Here I'm going to pop a blue elixir. I guess I haven't explained yet what blue elixirs are, but they decrease the aggro range on enemies. So we're going to use those a lot, especially later on, to get past areas that have high density of enemies. I'm gonna pick these up. These are some safety cold bloods.
For everyone who played Dark Souls, it's pretty much the equivalent to Hidden Body, so to speak. Yeah. Pretty much the same. Works the same way.
So they all aggro later. They're just kind of dumbfounded when I'm passing them. Should I take the elevator here? What do you think? No.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Well, what's the worst that can happen, right?
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, technically, Wet Nurse is the last boss fight in the game if you want to.
Yeah.
After that, you can finish the game without fighting any other boss, without actually using glitches. So this is at an 80%. This is actually the last boss. This is the last mandatory. After that, it's only optional.
So again, we're gonna build up our beast meter by doing transform attacks. Once it's full, we're just gonna resort to R1s, and you'll just do more damage overall. An interesting thing with her is she will, whenever you're hugging her back, she will move back here like that, but she will have a lingering hitbox on which you can do counter damage, which is what I explained earlier when you're moving. So it's very good to go. Here we get a teleport. That's usually bad RNG.
Yep.
Shouldn't be fine though. Uh-oh. I don't like that. Oh, okay. I do not like that.
This is the scariest attack for sure.
My god, she's testing me. Oh, okay. So there's actually a way. She was going to enter her nightmare phase. Oh, my bolt paper ran out. I was too greedy. That was not event friendly there. That was a bit too greedy. It's fine. Whenever greed pays off, it's just that's how you do it.
Everything's good.
Everything's under control. Yeah, so here we're gonna, first of all, we're gonna take off our chest piece, and you can look at my scrawny frog Pepe-like body. But the reason why we do that is because there's 2 skips coming up, and for both of those skips, I actually required to see my feet for specific positioning. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna warp back. I have a lot of echoes. I'm not gonna level up yet. because we're going to Amygdala first. But what we're going to do first, we're going to put our weapon to +9. It's one level higher. You think, that's not going to be relevant. What we're also going to do is we're going to equip these 2 blood gems, which give us another 30% increase in physical damage, which is very, very relevant.
Yeah, these gems are together with the Beast Blood Palace, these gems are like 90% of what makes the run so fast.
Yeah. Here we're going to do a little skip called Lecture Hall Skip, which maybe I'm wrong. This might be the most inconsistent skip in the game.
It's all timing and positioning.
Yeah. Okay. Don't make me like. There we go. Third try is good. If you get under third
really
tries,
good.
that's basically what you want to go for. It skips this entire run back. Otherwise, you'd have to go all the way back to the corner there. You can just kind of jump over that by using the the start of that pillar as kind of like a boost. That's one skip I needed to see like my feet for. But the next one is more important, feet wise, I guess. What we're gonna do here is this is frontier skip, and honestly, CB, I'm gonna be brutally honest. I actually do not know how the skip works. I just know that it does. Yeah.
How the skip works is pretty much you can either do a gesture or you do a charge or two in a way that you exactly like slide down the slope in a way that you hit a rock that is right underneath the elevator. Usually when you drop down elevators, every drop is a lethal fall, so you instantly die when you drop down. So here Yarthow sits down and quits out instantly. Now we're like right underneath that elevator when we spawn back in and we fall down. And because of that, the game doesn't calculate it as a lethal drop anymore, and it calculates damage instead of like killing us instantly.
I hope this one works, because I might have been a little bit too much to the side there. We'll see in a second.
Yeah, what can happen here is you can spawn back into the rock, but it's
fine. my camera went to like a different position. I almost rolled off. It's fine. Here we're gonna pick up some extra blood vials, and we're gonna fight Amygdala, which is it's not a early game fight. It's more of a mid game fight. However, I say her because we call her Amy for short. Her like head hitbox takes a lot of damage, and we can just basically stun lock her there. So I'm gonna pop my pellet here. Gonna run past her hand. I'm gonna do an early one because it's a bit cheeky, but I'd rather do an early one than a late one. It barely saves any time here. And then we're gonna do 3 hits on the arm, and that was Amygdala. We're gonna pop one of the 3rd umbilical cords.
Wow,
we got this one. Yeah. we got an item from Wet Nurse called a 3rd umbilical cord. You need 3 of these. And the reason why you need 3 of these is if you consume, like, there's 4 in the game, and if you consume 3 of them, you enable the final secret boss fight. Since this is an all bosses run, obviously we need that. Here we go. We're gonna go kill the doll one last time. Rejoice. Gonna level my strength up to 41. It's either 41 or 42 here. Depends on whether some enemies die or not by, like, coincidence. And then we are gonna go back to Yahar Ghul. Yay! My area of shame, sadly enough, for this run, but it's okay. We're not going back to One Reborn. I'll be dreaming about that guy tonight. However, we're gonna go pick up some. We're gonna go pick up one of the key items we need to go to Upper Cathedral Ward, which is where 2 of the bosses are located, optional bosses. And also, we're going back to kill 2 of the early game bosses, Parl and Bloodstarved Beast. If you have some donations, now is actually a pretty good time, I'd say. Nothing interesting is happening aside from this.
Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. We have $25 from UBC that says, "Look at him go!" And in parentheses, "Save the children." Yes. We also have $20 from Yarshield that says, "Hello, Mr. Streamer. Nice run so far. Also, I must ask, what is in your pocket?" Thanks, Yart H. What is in your pocket?
What is in my pocket? Wait, you know what? That's a secret that I'm gonna have to show you once I have time. Let me see here.
Okay. Can I read a few more things?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, okay. I just wanted to put a reminder out there that with every donation you make, you can put it towards an incentive. And we have a whole list of fun ones during this week-long marathon. So look through the list and you'll get the power to influence future runs for better or worse. So keep these donations coming.
Yeah, thank you guys. I recognize a lot of names from my stream. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, so basically we're making our way to Parl. It's a little bit of an early game fight. The two bosses coming up, we're just really gonna destroy. We've got a +9 weapon, 48% increased damage in gems, and beast blood pellets. They're all gonna die in like under 6 hits. It's a little sad, but also it's a little satisfying as well because we've all struggled on these fights.
It is pretty much what we like skipped in the beginning by getting grabbed by the wolf. Pretty much, this is what all the stuff we skipped. Now we're gonna take the route through now. This is why it's faster to do this route because you just demolish the people in this run.
There we go. That was Parl. Bye bye. And next up is his friend Bloodstarved Beast. So yeah, this is like an early game area. Usually you come here in no clip, which again is the more popular all bosses category. You come here like straight after Gascoigne, and you go kill Bloodstarved Beast then, so as the second fight in the run. However, we are just probably doing it really late. The enemies here are not... Usually we do a little skip here called Old Yharnam skip, which is actually one of my favorite skips, but we don't get to do it in this category. But there we go. We're going to run past these wolves. These guys are a little more aggressive than the one at the start, but they're still kind of passive. No issue.
Not doing Spider Wolf skip, which is one of the newer found skips that got found, like I think like a week ago or something.
Yeah,
which exactly that run towards that pellet you can skip.
Yeah.
Shout out to Giant Cookie Jar.
Yeah. So basically, there's a new skip that got found a week ago. I haven't had the time to practice it yet. Otherwise, I would have loved to show it off. But there's a new skip that skips the whole run that I did towards that pallet, and I mean that's basically all it does. It's not a visually impressive skip, but it ends up saving like 11 seconds, I think, which is pretty relevant.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's Bloodstarved Beast. We're gonna do a cheeky backstab. It's gonna go away. 1, 2, 3, and bye bye. That's Bloodstarved Beast.
I love this fight in this route. It's so good.
Just instantly demolished.
Yep.
So there we go. That's 2 more bosses off our checklist. Now we're going to go back to probably the biggest of all bullyings, not even needing a beast blood pellet for this one. It is our friend Cleric Beast, which for a lot of people is the very first boss they fight on a casual playthrough. You can fight Gascoigne earlier, because Cleric Beast is actually completely optional. But you just usually pass by Cleric Beast and you find that boss first. We're going to kill him 5 hits. Rejoice. But first of all, we're going to go back to where we began, at our friend Wolfskip's place. Because there's 2 very important key items that we can go pick up in Yosefka's clinic. The reason why we pick him up now instead of earlier is events hadn't transpired yet that made it possible to get the umbilical cord. Yeah. Certain things need to happen in the game to get one of these items, which is the umbilical cord. As I said earlier, we need like 3 of these. And now we, after, I think, when is it? After Rom, right?
I think, I was about to say, I think after killing Rom, I think after the night really starts, so to speak.
Yeah, this game basically goes through phases after killing certain bosses. The final phase is, after Wet Nurse is the final phase. But after Rom is when the world kind of goes, like all the NPCs start moving around and whatnot. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's been so long since I've done a casual playthrough of this game.
You're right. I think
what it boils down to is, so here we pick up the Cainhurst Summons, first of all. We need those to go to Castle Cainhurst, which is a completely optional place. And at the top is another one of my favorite boss fights. It's good old Logarius. Mm-hmm. So we're going to need that later after we fight the Witches of Hemwick. And here on this like surgery table, the fake Yosefka, I guess some lore here. The fake Yosefka is, well, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird explaining Bloodborne lore to to like an event, but basically she got impregnated by cosmic beings, and she's holding one of these umbilical cords that we need 3 of them. That's what it boils down to. Welcome to Bloodborne, everyone.
I think that's enough. That's more than we know.
Yeah,
need to know more than we need to know. Yeah.
Yep. That's what happens there. Here we go. We're gonna go to Cleric Beast. We see all our friends from the beginning. Again, no issue. And we're gonna go kill Cleric Beast in 5 hits. Poor Cleric Beast.
Hardest fight in the run.
Yep. Here we go. 1 hit on one knee, 1 on the other. And bye-bye. Picking up, we got some downtime. I pick up these 10 Quicksilver bullets. I don't need them, but they're literally free to pick up because you gotta wait for the lantern to spawn anyways. And yeah, that's this part. And I guess now we're going to Upper Cathedral Ward, which is another another fun one. Shouldn't be too bad though. It's one of those places, if you play it safe, it should really not be too bad.
And this route, Upper Cathedral Ward, usually is a very dangerous place because you abuse the ladder warp mechanic that we explained earlier to go through the whole area, which means technically as soon as you have to do one quit out because an enemy grabs you or something, the run is over because you spawn back to the ladder. But I think marathon-wise, I think Yarthow will not do that and just go for the normal one.
Yeah, because what you do when you do a ladder warp is you lock yourself out of being able to quit out.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of stuff that can happen on my way to these bosses. Oh, here we go. CB, what is happening right here? Explain that to the people.
Oh, salty gestures. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I drifted. This is awkward. I wanted to send the elevator back up because I needed it later. Sometimes if you like just flick from like you do like a 180-degree flick of like your joystick, your enemy will do like a little drift. Your character will do a little drift. And,
so what just happened there with the gesture is that the DualShock 4 or also the DualSense on the PS5 have motion controls inside of the controller with a gyro sensor. And the people at From Software together with Sony thought it was a cool idea to have these gesture bound to the motion of your controller when you press the X button. So whenever you press X and move the controller in a certain way, your character does a gesture. But for some reason, they did it that way, that if you press X and throw the controller at the wall, nothing happens. But if you press X and move it a tiny bit to the side, your character goes crazy. So it's not really that refined yet. So what can happen is, as a speedrunner, you want to press mash X as much as possible when you open a door, when you want to use an item, for example. So that can happen all the time, that you then get a random gesture instead of doing what you actually want to do. And probably you lose your run most of the time.
Yeah, there's actually cases in which a salty gesture will just kill you.
like one of my PBs, for example.
Yeah, there's a reason why we call them that, is because it makes streamers very, very salty when it happens. It's always just like a long, winded animation. He's like waving at the camera. It's kind of cute, I guess, but man, is it just horrible when it happens. Yeah. Speaking of horrible things happening. Okay, this is so interesting.
Up there, yeah. Ooh.
Oh, come on, man!
Oh, that's unfortunate. Running right into that lantern.
Yeah, I didn't see the lantern attack. Well,
it's an okay place to die, though. But that would be the thing now with Bloodborne again. It's like every enemy in this game can just like straight up like not behave as it's supposed to be, and then you're dead.
Yep.
That's the beauty of this run, pretty much.
Okay, well, I guess we're going all the way back up.
Yep.
What? Oh, yeah, wait. I thought I sent it back down. No, I didn't. I literally went on it to then not send it back down again. I was talking about salty gestures. Oh, my. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's under control. So what happens there is, I've only experienced them actually blocking me because I don't pick up the blue elixir there whenever I do, like, this route. I guess it's just like at the position where you pass them.
Yeah, I always sprint like towards the right side of the fence.
That's what I did though. I was on the right side.
That was weird.
Yeah, well, it's fine. It happened to me earlier this week as well. It's okay. Again, we should still be underestimated. Hopefully, as long as these don't go horribly wrong.
Well, still got the hardest part of the run.
Yeah, I mean, people say the DLC is the hardest part of the run. I usually think that the mid game is a bit harder.
In this category, yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah. So here I quit out, by the way. The reason why I quit out is because there's like a bunch of guys with guns on this balcony. Whenever you quit out, it kind of resets their AI. They already aggro onto you when you're running down that bridge. So whenever you just pass through that gate, they can just like instantly shoot you off the balcony and you die. It's really awkward. So you quit out there, resets their position, doesn't lose you any time. I'm gonna pick this blue elixir because that's just actually what I'm used to, and that actually makes running past these guys consistent.
And for everyone wondering, he does not need the extra echoes. It was only 4,000 echoes. They're not needed.
We're done leveling up.
Yeah, the only thing we gotta do is plus 10, I guess.
Yeah, but
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you always have enough because you beat Logarius after anyways, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So here we go. I'm getting my Beast Blood pellet ready. This is an interesting NPC. He can do 2 things here. I'm just gonna shoot him. Oh wait, he didn't let me pass, but then I suddenly passed, so I didn't have to hit him. Here we're gonna do a skip. I'm gonna perform it first and then explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoops. There we go. So this is an NPC, an enemy. I don't know why I keep saying that. This is an enemy that holds a key item that allows us to go to the next area. However, usually he's on the complete other side of this building. You have to go through like 2 different corridors and take some ladders to get to him. But they found a way to just aggro him through the door there by doing specific weapon hits. It only works with a few weapons.
Yeah.
The saw cleaver one is like the latest strat found for it. But it is the fastest one because you don't have to do a weapon dupe at the beginning either.
Mm-hmm. Either that or like the very old route, I think. I don't know if that's actually true, but I remember doing it with the Kirkhammer as well. When you do jump attack, with the Kirkhammer, yeah.
Yeah. So Kirkhammer, saw cleaver, and like the cane, right, is the ones that they use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here I use my pellet pretty early. The reason why I use it so early, because we're not quite at the boss fight yet, but the reason why I use it so early is because I need it to run out by the time we're at the next boss. These next 2 bosses are very close to each other. So here we're going to go Celestial Emissary. We're going to kill the ads and then just wail on the main guy. Oh, you're not coming closer. Interesting.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, got iframe.
Just like with Rom, these bosses as well, this boss as well, you can do it without killing the small people around him. Same with Rom, but it's like very, very risky, and
it's not as risky as Rom, but it is still risky. And again, like now is not the time to risk stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here we're gonna go to Abritus, which, if I'm not an idiot and I do everything like I should, we should just stun lock her. And she's actually, I would consider her to be like a pretty difficult boss casual playthrough wise.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she's very weak on her head, and we're basically gonna build up a stagger gauge before the fight even enables, and then just stun lock her.
Yeah, I was like, on my casual playthrough, I was stuck here for like a week straight, I think. That was a really tough boss for me.
There we go. That went well. There we go. We're going to hit her on the head. She's going to stagger. Again, do a lot of damage on the head. And that is...
nice. That was good.
Abritus. Yeah, that was good. Going to warp back here. We got our 2 bosses off our checklist. We don't need any more echoes anymore. It's none of my, no worries anymore about echoes. Honestly, no worries about resources anymore at this point. That's why that mid game is so stressful, especially at an event, because of how dependent you are on resources. You need your echoes. You need, and for those who don't know, maybe echoes are your upgrade. Like they make you able to like level up and buy stuff. You need like your pellets, and after this, you can just buy all of it, so it's no longer an issue.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna make our way to probably another like roadblock for a lot of like new players to this game. It's Vicar Emilia, I'd say. Maybe not. I don't know. It's been a while again. But again, it's another early game boss that we're gonna completely destroy.
Yeah.
Because of this sequence break we performed at the beginning. Oh man, I didn't get so you can do like an animation cancel on this door, and it's really awesome to pull off because it never happens. One of my viewers promised me 50 subs if I pull it off, but it's like you gotta fall in like a very specific way to get it. So
I got a couple of clips. I can send you some over.
It's good. We'll just copy it over this. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
No one needs to know, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Also, something I haven't explained yet is this run is all about stamina management. So whenever we use items in the game, we usually do it whenever our stamina is empty, because you still regen stamina while using items. Mm-hmm. So there you saw, it's like a perfect example. I run until my stamina is empty, then I heal once, and I just always, you always want to use them on downtime. Stamina regeneration is obviously downtime, so...
And you want to hold sprint button as much as possible. That's something that Yarthow didn't even know until his second year of speedrunning this game.
Yep.
But you want to hold the sprint button down at all times, because once the stamina bar is completely depleted, it recharges to like 75% or 80%.
Yep.
And then you instantly sprint again. It's again that momentum thing. You don't have to build up the momentum again. You just instantly sprint again. So it's faster to actually hold circle compared to like Dark Souls games where you have to stamina manage a little bit better.
Exactly. Okay, here comes Vicar Emilia. Just running past this area. You saw me go to the old Hunter's Workshop. It's the real one. It looks like the hub world, but the hub world that we have in this game is basically like it's a part of a dream, which is like another plane of existence. I'm not getting into Bloodborne lore. It is wacky. Okay, it is wacky. But that was the real one, and what we found there is our final umbilical cord that we needed. We've now consumed them all, and that means that the final boss fight is activated. Here I'm gonna kill Vikramelia in 6 hits. Bye-bye. And also, if you have donations, I have a lot of time to kill right now, so go ahead.
All right. Well, people don't seem to forget the promises that you make because we have a donation from Camel Lion, $10, saying, greetings from a random shady bar. From a random shady Belgian. If I may ask, what is in your pocket?
I forgot. Okay, look, remind me whenever I quit out next. I usually there's nothing in my pocket, okay? Usually there's nothing in my pocket. It's just kind of like this little channel meme. Whenever I wear this shirt, that people would have asked me ultimately, like, why do you have a pocket? Like, what's in there? And there was never something in there. But maybe for this occasion, I put something in there. Who knows? We'll have to find out once I get to quit out, at least.
Okay. Can I read a few more donations in the meantime?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. We have $50 from Anya that says, Yarthow is a cutie. $30 from...
What can I say?
$30 from Cosmic K that says, from being stuck on BL4 Orphan for 2 weeks to now running at ESA, watching you grow over the past 3 years has been a treat. Go Yart, go.
Thank you. It has been amazing, yeah. I'm one of my oldest viewers.
$25 from DK Wings saying, Bloodborne is one of my favorite games of all time and has an extremely welcoming speedrun community, the cutest chat, and the best blue backlight of Belgium. Shout out to Yart BE.
It's very specific, but I'll take it. Thank you, DK Wings.
And I just wanted to say, while Yharnam is unfortunate not to have Save the Children, I just want to let you all know that thanks to your support, Save the Children keeps children safe from harm like poverty, abuse, neglect, exploitation, and violence. So please keep those donations coming. They're fantastic.
Thank you, guys. Oh, look, we're going to have a quit out soon. The anticipation can finally end. So I'm building it up here. I actually forgot about it deliberately. Okay. So, basically this is Hemwick Charnel Lane. Another very early game area. We're going to go kill the Witches of Hemwick, which you're supposed to fight early because they actually give you the rune system of this game. It's another passives you can equip. We don't use them at all in speedruns. They're just not useful to us. You have to go all the way around.
So only all achievements use them, yeah.
Oh, yeah, not all achievements. But yeah, because you have to get the runes anyways, right, for all achievements. So might as well. We're basically making our way there. We're going to go kill the witches real quick. Should not be any issue. And then I'm going to do a little skip. So the way this works is we're just going to pop a pellet in the middle of the arena. They spawn. There's 2 of them. There's one in one corner and one in the other. I'm going to pop my pellet here. I'm going to do 4 R1s and an L1. That kills the first one and also builds up enough meter to kill the second one with just 5 R1s. Hopefully these guys are nice. They can be annoying sometimes, but it looks like they're fine. Uh-oh. What am I doing? It's okay. Everything's under control. Gonna do a little skip here. It doesn't save any time RTA, so I shouldn't do it, but it's fun to show it to people regardless. What I do here is I wait for a specific time in the after the fight to quit out on top of a breakable object. And whenever you quit out on top of a breakable object, at the time that you gain the echoes from the fight, it puts you at the start of the boss arena. So now I'm gonna spawn in. This loses me time RTA, so I shouldn't have done this now, but it's kind of cool to show off. I guess that's why I wanted to do it, and we're here.
And it's also a little bit helpful because you reset the enemy position outside of the arena.
Oh yeah, that's a big part as well. Yeah, because they will all be like waiting for you at the door. Be like, "Huh, what have you been doing, buddy?"
Oh, I forgot the pocket again, by the way.
Wait. I gotta be fast here, though. But then again, I am a speedrunner, so... There we go. We're gonna skip it, and we're gonna see if something's in my pocket. Something is actually in there. What does it say? Donate to hashtag ESA Summer 21. There you go. There you go. It was maybe a bit of an anticlimax. I'm gonna be honest. I just kind of came up with it today, like an hour before the run would start. But that's how I do it in my stream as well now. I'm gonna take this lantern real quick. It's a good one. I wish I had a little more time. I would have. Usually I play it up, but I kind of ruined it by laughing earlier. Usually I play it up and I'm like, oh no, there's nothing in my pocket. Then I look in it and I pretend to be all surprised. But you know what? This is a serious time now. Okay, I can't do it now.
Could have played that as a magic trick or something.
Yeah,
I put it in there.
I'm too clumsy for magic tricks. Everyone knows that. It's fine. Okay, here we are in Castle Cainhurst, which is an interesting area because aesthetically it's very different from the rest of Bloodborne. It has more of like a medieval, I would even say like Castlevania-ish vibe to it, like, you know, vampires, Dracula stuff.
It's my favorite for sure. I like it.
It's cool. It's really cool because especially of how different it is. My favorite area in the game, I would say, is the fishing hamlet, but this is definitely up there as well. But it's a long run to the boss. I don't know if I should take the elevator. I don't know what time we're running, but I guess I'll figure out later. If I play it safe, I shouldn't die to Logarius. It's a big if. The world record holder ahead, he told me that if I pick the elevator here, that would invalidate my run.
Yeah, that's
but then
the
again,
elevator of shame.
Yeah, but then again, you know, it's already invalidated. Don't want to shame myself anymore than I have to. So let's go. No elevator. Going all in. So here we're going to do a little skip, which there's a lot of discussion. Is this dev intended or not? I think it is. It's too obvious.
I think it is as well.
Yeah. So you basically, they put a bunch of stairs there. You can like run down, run up, and then jump over. Like you can skip this area. It's definitely too convenient to not be dev intended. So it's you know, nothing special. We're not glitching. I don't know. Do they use that in glitchless categories? Probably, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't run glitchless, so I'm a cheater through and through. Okay. Yeah, again, it's a long walk. We're gonna go do some epic parkour over the rooftops of this place to get to the boss fight. It's actually like, whoa, what are you doing? Oh my god. What was that? I've never seen that.
That's a good gargoyle right there. Yeah, he can be quite weird, yeah.
How was he aggroed onto me already? That's interesting. Good thing I saw it on time. He would have just like yelled me off.
Yep.
So yeah, slow ladder. At the top, I'm going to heal here, a little peach heal. And I'm going to focus on another notorious enemy of mine. It's Martyr Logarius. But if I play it safe, nothing should go wrong.
Should be a good fight.
Yeah.
So use a pellet again. Yeah, you're doing the animation cancel again. And then you gotta hope for one of two openings. He gets the one which is, in my opinion, the better ones. And then you always do an R1, L1, hope for backstabs. And
okay. We got the fight like it's supposed to go.
Yeah, that looks good. And then you just end
backstab and backstab, and he's dead. A lot of things can go wrong in this fight. Yeah, this was a perfect fight. A lot of things can go wrong. He has these attacks where he like creates these lingering skulls that make your positioning very, very awkward, and then he follows it up with putting pressure on you with like a big arcane like explosion attack in front of him. Runs have been lost here. So many runs have been lost here. But there you go. If anything goes smoothly, it's a really easy fight. And now we're going to probably what a lot of people have been waiting for. We're going to the DLC, which is in my opinion, and I think a lot of people share my opinion on this one. It's in my opinion the best thing that From Software has ever made.
I agree.
Yeah, the Old Hunters DLC, it is just very high quality.
Right.
And it's rough. It's hard, but hopefully everything goes smoothly. We'll see.
So as usual with From Software games, the DLC entrance is a little bit weird, as it isn't like just an optional area that you just get and you just can load into. You have to like figure out how to like get there and whatnot. This is like a typical thing with From Software. So we picked up the the item for it earlier in the Hunter stream, and you can access that after Emilia, and now Yarthow is going to get grabbed by an Amygdala.
Yep.
And because of that, we're going to get spawned into the DLC. Usually you die here from that grab, or you at least get a lot of damage.
Yeah, but frenzy damage. But here a cutscene plays. It's Lady Maria saying, "Oh, like curse the fiends, their children too." I don't know the rest of it. And yeah, she spawns us into the DLC now, which looks quite familiar. There's a reason for it. The DLC, at least the first area of the DLC, is just a very warped version of the Cathedral ward where we just were at. So yeah, I mean, I say very warped. It is very, very warped. But it's definitely very recognizable. You can see like the buildings and like there's even. I mean, we're not gonna go to the left here. To the left, there's like a square that you can find in the actual game as well. Here, I'm just gonna hold my circle button, which is the run button, and I'm just gonna deplete my stamina always and run all the way to Lawrence, which is one of the fights in this run. However, we're not gonna fight him yet because the boss fight isn't enabled yet. You need a key item to enable this boss fight. Hasn't happened yet. However, he's holding another key item for me, which is the elevator key. So let's see how that goes. So here he is. We'll see him later in all his FPS dropping glory. This is one of those fights that, because Bloodborne is like a PS4 game. On the PS5, it's not as bad, right? On the PS4, he has like a lot of lava particles flowing out of him, and it just completely bricks your frames.
Yeah, on PS5, it's actually quite okay.
Yeah, I am playing on a regular PS4, by the way. That's why my loading screens are still very, very slow. You got regular PS4. Mine has an SSD installed in it. Mm-hmm. Oh, I have a lot of files. I don't need these. Look at it. I've got like 20 of them. I didn't even realize that. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I play on a regular PS4. People play on a PS4 Pro. And then the people in Europe, at least, lucky enough to have a PS5 play on their PS5. I am not one of those lucky people.
You can come over to my place and play here.
Yeah? Oh, man, that's so nice. You couldn't have done this for like this event. We could have saved some like RTA. What am I doing? Oh, God, I'm not paying attention. But it's an invitation. I'll take you up on it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're doing a little quit out here. There's a lot of enemies in front of this door. Again, resets their position. Their AI enables like a second after loading in, so we can kill the two and just run past this guy. So I'm gonna quit out real quick, load back in. Yeah, in-game time, again, barely any time loss, but it's very dangerous to try and run past these guys. I used to do it until one day I just got immediately slammed into the ground by like this hammer enemy that's like behind here, this guy. He's kind of like AFK there for a bit. Here we're going through another fun place. It's the one with all the blood lickers. Anything should go fine here. Sometimes they will like... I mean, actually, let me just shut up because I don't want to jinx it. No, I think we're fine. Sometimes they will like... What are you doing? What's going on, man? No! Oh, CP. Man, this has been something, hasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, even though the blue elixir triggers sometimes, the enemy AI sometimes just says like,
this guy shoots twice. Oh, what is going on, man?
Yeah. Yeah, I just sometimes doesn't realize you use blue elixir. I don't know what it is. Oof.
Man, this has been quite an event. The game has not been kind on me.
Yeah, but at least we're showing off everything that can go wrong, which is also pretty nice, I guess.
Yeah. So basically, good thing I managed enough stamina there, because if you like get hit while on the ladder, you like lose stamina. If you run out of stamina, you just fall down, and there's a lot of enemies down there. Okay, Ludwig coming up. I'm gonna focus.
Yeah. So Ludwig, you pretty much abusing the ability to stagger limbs on every boss. So you're gonna stagger the legs first, and then go for the front. Pretty much get a big stagger on the head, and then first phase should be done already. And then you go into the second phase, where Ludwig is a scripted fight at this point.
Yeah, it's a perfect fight. There's only one really hard part of this fight. It's the stamina management, unlike the third combo I did earlier.
Yeah.
But there you go. This is my favorite From Software fight, killed in, what was that, like 10, 15 seconds? Yeah. It's kind of sad. But man, do I love this fight when it's, you know, on a casual playthrough.
Soundtrack also amazing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, and now, Research Hall. Yay. So what's coming up is a fight called Living Failures. Twitch chat, hold your jokes. Yeah, there we go. This is the one fight. It's called Living Failures. As a Bloodborne speedrunner or Bloodborne content creator, I have heard the joke of someone in Twitch chat being like, "Oh my god, this next boss is literally me," at least 1,000,000 times. So, you know what? I'm dedicating this fight to Twitch chat. This is me versus you guys. Let's go. This is This is actually my notorious nemesis right now. I've been losing a lot of runs to these guys. Been getting a little bit unlucky, but also just been kind of in my own head. But we're not jinxing it now. I gotta beat Twitch chat. It needs to happen. But first of all, we're doing something here. It's a bit of a peach strat. Usually you do this a little bit later. But it allows me to get the Orphan of Cos lantern later on. So we're grabbing Lawrence's skull. The way we do it is there's like a secret elevator under the elevator that we went up to. Usually you shouldn't be able to get to that one. You're basically supposed to find this one while backtracking. However, if you like time your fall right, you can actually just break your fall, roll all the way down, and then get the item on the elevator down there. So that's what we did. We got it. Usually we do this a little bit later, but it's a bit of a peach strat to do it now. So that's what we're doing. And yeah, now the DLC is coming up. The real DLC, because sadly enough, Ludwig is a bit of a pushover in this fight.
Yeah.
The next 3 ones, though, are, well, they're fun. Let's just say it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have like back-to-back fights with Failures and Maria right after, and then it's a little bit of downtime with running through the next boss, and then it's Orphan. And after Orphan, it's a lot more of running, and then it's pretty much one of the last bosses of the game. Of the run, rather.
Yeah, we're actually almost there. So hopefully I'm still kind of good on schedule, because with the whole One Reborn thing was a bit unfortunate. This enemy is being nice to me, which usually she doesn't. I'm going to be honest. We got lucky. She just lets me pass. Sometimes she'll just kill you there. It's, again, a lot of fun. This area is just fun personified. Okay, what we're going to do here is this guy's going to try and load his machine gun. However, I'm going to shoot him real quick, cancel his loading animation. Otherwise, he starts shooting you on the like stairs. Sorry, I had to focus there because that's like the worst attack you can get from that enemy. On the stairs, but you just kind of cancel his animation. He wants to load it all again, and you're just past him before he knows it. Okay, now we got Mr. Rat. I'm gonna send this elevator down. The way that this area works, it has a giant spiral staircase that you like use to go around this entire area, and all the way at the top there's this lever we just pulled, which puts the staircase up again, and you can then access new areas like this common boss fight. I'm gonna focus here, CB, because again, notorious reset spot, but you can explain what I'm doing.
Yeah, so there's also a way to get there without actually doing that, what Yarthow just did, but that's just like marathon friendly. I would say not so, because if he dies, it's gonna be a little bit tricky. But yeah, Living Failures, aka Twitch chat this time. So you want to kill the first enemy that's coming right at you by parrying it and then dashing forward into it and doing an L1 combo, which went perfectly well there. And then you pretty much want to focus and spawn kill the enemy that's right at the right of it.
Yeah.
And then it's just chain attacking, pretty much. Chain attacking. At some point, the other guy on the left side will spawn, and then you just gotta wait out a little bit and dodge some small attacks that he shoots at you.
Here they come.
Yep, there they come.
Oh my god, and they're coming.
Yeah, sometimes he gets a little bit spammy with that. I don't know.
Oh god. Like now, you mean?
Yep.
Woo! Stop! My heart.
Boy, but that was a double, right?
Yeah,
he shot
two in a row.
Twice there.
Regardless, the fight goes well. And I do a quit out here. You think to yourself, the boss is done. Why do a quit out? You got to go on anyways. Well, interesting about quitting out here is if you have a pellet running and you quit out, you can actually maintain your beast meter while resetting the pellet. So I can take another one. The reason why I quit out here is I have full beast meter from this fight. So I have a lot of damage stored up, and we can go into the next fight with already like 75% of my beast meter. So like you already gain an insane attack boost right at the start.
Yeah. So Maria coming up now.
Yep.
Also a fight that, if everything goes well, but that you can say that about every every fight. If everything goes well, nothing really should happen here. But
yeah, I'm gonna focus here as well to get ready for those hyper armors.
So Maria has like 1 or 2 attacks that are so-called hyper armor attacks, where she does like an overhead attack where you can't get her staggered out of it, and it's like almost a one-shot. In certain situations with counter damage, it is a one-shot, so you got to be very aware of that when it happens.
Like, right there. That's what we're talking about. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, and then she goes into second phase at some point, where you also want to, lots of hyper.
Whoa, what are you doing? Wow.
Oh, Maria's.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then she goes into second phase, but after dashing back, stabbing herself. And then we go into third phase, which is full on anime mode.
I got a little lucky there.
Yep.
Good thing we get to corner her there, because you actually do not want to fight her in that phase, but it's fine. I got 2 hyper armors, very unlucky. Bad RNG. Seems to be kind of the case for this run, doesn't it? It's fine. I didn't die. I feel like, am I doing a little bit of a redemption for my One Reborn reset?
I would say so. It's been pretty okay.
It's going smoothly, right?
Some saves here and there. It's pretty good. I mean, One Reborn is just random. Nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, it sucks. I really did not want to resort to my safety save files. But
and the thing is, if we don't talk about it, no one will notice.
That's true.
It's so early in the run.
Do you think I could have just like loaded my save file without people noticing? Just be like, no, this is normal. This is a skip that we do where you quit out and it puts you back with all your vials and don't worry about it.
Just a dupe. It's all good.
I'm gonna run past this area. Maybe 1 or 2 donations, if you got some.
Okay, I can squeeze in 2 donations.
Yeah.
So we have $50 from Anya that says, chat is really cute. Wowee. We also have $10 from Anonymous that says, become a squid hype. And Yarthow, do you remember when you were talking about imagine having a PS5 to be able to do speedruns of Bloodborne on it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I wanted to tell you, it wouldn't be a speedrun marathon if your donations couldn't collectively throughout this week raffle you into a prize too. And with a minimum donation of $50 throughout the week, you can get a chance to win a PlayStation 5 bundle with Ratchet and Clank. So maybe this is your chance.
Oh my god, you have been nailing these transitions. Unbelievable. How convenient.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is all scripted, by the way, okay? I'm gonna be honest, it's all scripted. No, okay, here we go. This was Fishing Hamlet, my favorite area in the game. We kind of went through it. Here's a little skip, actually a pretty major skip. I'm gonna run off this rock here. The second I hear my body, or I see my body touch the ground there, I'm gonna quit out. Usually you die there. This is an out-of-bounds area. But somehow, if you quit out on time there, you are allowed to go out of bounds. And from there, I can just run around and clip through this big rock and go into Orphan's Fight. It's a really, I think it's actually one of the bigger skips, time save-wise, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, you have to go through the whole hamlet, like the lower area of the hamlet, which also has a lot of enemies that, like, for example, throw bolts at you and whatnot. It's a pretty dangerous place. So yeah, we were skipping most of it just to get to Orphan.
Here we got Orphan of Cause, notoriously one of the hardest fights in all of the games. However, with a lot of practice, you can actually learn to backstab chain him, like every attack he does in first phase. And hopefully I can show to you guys that I have practiced this enough. So that's one of them. He's gonna do this one. I can run around, sneak behind him. Another backstab. Here maybe we can do some eye manipulation. Oh, what was that? Interesting. That was probably positioning. Okay. What are you doing?
Oof. Okay.
Clean.
Nice.
Okay, that's another free one. Run around him. And hopefully he backpedals here, and that would mean we can actually show him standing. Yeah! So, fun thing about Orphan of Cause. If you kill him in his first phase, he is just kind of done. He's just... Well, there he is. The hardest fight in Soulsborne, and he's chilling.
From never anticipated this boss to be killed in first phase, so they never actually had a death animation for him in phase 1, so he just stands there. Pretty much like T-posing, if you want to look at it that way.
Still chilling there. It doesn't even despawn or anything.
Yep.
3 more bosses, and then we're done. Next one is Lawrence, which should be a 100% consistent fight. Again, you can mess up your stamina management a little bit, but should all be fine. I'm going to make sure that I've got enough materials for these final bosses. We're going to we're going to like use all our insight here. And the reason why we use all our insight is because the lower your insight, the higher your beast meter can go. It's one of those like storytelling mechanics, basically. So with 0 insight, our beast meter is like maxed out now. We can build it up quite far. I'm gonna unequip all the items I don't need anymore. The only thing I need is bolt paper and beast blood pellets.
Yep.
And yeah, we're going to Lawrence.
Lawrence is like one of those strats that looks the coolest when it's done right, because it's like such a nice tight strat. You like abuse the limb staggering again, and also with a little bit of AI manipulation. And it's just like that boss that you know from like casual playthrough that is so hard and is jumping around and like deals a lot of damage. It's like he never does one attack that actually could like technically harm you if the fight is like done correctly, and it is like so crazy cool to see.
Yeah, it's a really fun strat to learn as well. It's very consistent. It just takes a little bit of practice, but it's just I mean, you're gonna see it. It's just like a really clean, fun strat. You just limb stagger him, then AI manipulate him to like go back, and just keep it coming. So hopefully I can show it.
Yeah, limb staggering the first leg, and then just like do what we just said with the AI manipulation. Whenever he jumps back, like you want to be in front of him so he jumps back, and then we can go for another set of attacks because he just kind of does that drop in front of you. And then you do one hit on the arm, one hit on the leg, and one hit on the arm, so he staggers again, doing the same thing again, and then it should be all done almost. Yeah, pretty sweet.
And that's Lawrence. And coming up, final 2 fights. If everything goes well, we're calling time in under a minute from here on.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but maybe, you know, I'll just let you know whenever you can call time. This is Gehrman and Moon Presence. Honestly, one of the hardest fights in the game, especially Gehrman. It's one of the most technical fights in the game. There's a lot of different stuff you can do, a lot of like adapting you need to do to whatever his RNG gives you. And then Moon Presence has very good openings, mediocre openings, and very bad openings. Yeah, here we go.
Let's see what happens. So yeah, another fight is like almost you can almost say it's like a PvP fight. It's like a lot of like, he mirrors a lot of attacks that you could do as a hunter as well, since he is a hunter, obviously. So yeah, you want to always parry him and then dash forward, or if he jumps, you do a charge or two. Oh, he does another follow-up. Yeah, that's a rare occasion here that can happen. So if he goes into second phase, he's going to switch to a blade and gun, which also has a lot of parryable attacks. But you mostly would just want to dodge it and try to get as many combos into it until he goes into third phase, which is that transition, which you also double backstab, and that is like almost a fight.
Slow.
And yeah, then he does like that combo attack that you can parry.
This is going to be too slow for a one pellet Moon Presence, but it's okay.
Yeah, you want to use one pellet for both bosses. If it's too slow, it's not the big deal though. Sometimes you have openings in the fight where you can just reuse a pellet again and build up some meter again. And yeah, Moon Presence.
That was clean.
Nice. That was a really good
I'm
fight.
gonna pop my pellet here, sadly enough. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Visceral attacks in this game can be a little weird sometimes.
Yeah. I'm gonna just slide in front of the enemy. I don't know why that is. But this should be it though. As soon as you get that going, it's all good. We're gonna
call time in 5 seconds. I'm gonna let the cutscene play out, but I'll let you know when. So, 1, 2, okay. And time. That's it.
Nice.
I'm gonna let, you know what? Overall, smooth run past One Reborn. I'll definitely take it. And this, spoilers, by the way, but you're not gonna make sense out of this. At the end, our player character becomes a weird little squid creature. Isn't that great?
Next grade one, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Overall, I'm disappointed that I had to rely on a save file, but I'm actually very happy with how this run went after that. The only little hiccup we had was dying on our way to Celestial Emissary. But I think other than that, it actually went fine. Yeah.
Pretty good, yeah.
Do you mind if I read like 3 donations before we get off?
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Okay. We have $50 from Anonymous that says, enjoying the runs. Great job by all. We have $15 from Eden26 that says Mario S. And we have $10 from Metal Mickey that has no comment. But thank you so much, everyone. And thank you for the great run, Yarthow, and great comm, CB.
Hey,
thanks. Thank you, CB, for being here. It was
anytime.
Really good.
Yeah. Just Yeah, stick tight because we're gonna get a hyper light drifter run after this by Covert Muffin.
I'm going to wait.
Big.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye.